All right, so which one of these transmissions is going in the Yukon? I kind of made up my mind, and it's going to be the 4080. Simply because the Yukon has adjustable pedals and shit like that, and it's going to be really hard to try to adapt all of this assembly up with that, and I really don't feel like changing all of it. I want to get it back on the road, so I'm just going to chunk this in. I might save this for the SS Silverado since I can't keep a 4L60 in it for it save its life. So we'll pick this bad boy out and try to get it put in. I would love to do this trans C009 with an adapter kit behind something heavy like a truck. I mean, it's strong, proven transmission, but I would love to see what it would do behind some actual weight. But maybe one day we can get an adapter and slap that in something. Well, I guess for the first part of the day, we're gonna try to put these headers on. Pretty sure these are off of LS3 Camaro, like a 2010 model. So I'm gonna actually put these on and see if they fit, not because either way, I got a few exhaust manifold bolts that are broken. It has an exhaust leak in the morning. So I'm gonna try to at least put these on now before I put the transmission in. So we're gonna jump right into that project, get these broken studs out and go from there. So here's the converter I went with. It was a Circle D 3200 stall for a 4080. One thing I really like about this converter is very budget friendly. Nice new torque converter bolts with shims, Loctite, beer koozie, nice packaging. Got me a shirt too. But one thing I really liked about this converter is you don't have to change flex plates. Even though it's very simple to get your flex plate and spacer in order, but there's so much controversy around having the right flywheel spacer. Basically, this one uses the 4060 flywheel. Pretty awesome that they did that. It's just your regular 3-bolt setup. Basically, it's like a 4L60 front half with a 4L80 rear half with a snout. But it's a pretty nice converter. Very recommended in the sloppy community, and people love it. So we're gonna chunk that in there and see what happens. I've always used yank converters, which are outrageous, and they're normally way tighter than what they're advertised. It's like my turbo truck had a 3600 stall, and it really only stalled around 28, 29. But, well, let's go get these headers installed, and then we'll get into this later. I will do a full video on doing the segment swap. That's gonna be like part of this video. There's a lot of videos about doing 4L80 swaps, but I'm gonna get into the part of doing like using HP tuners right there to do a segment swap and like everything you need to look for, because I've done quite a few of these 4L80 swaps. I just like to add my own speed sensor. I don't use a harness from like PCM of North Carolina, but I'm gonna get in and show you everything.
I just bought a new whip. Spend a couple thousand just to cruise it. Shawty said she love me, but I swear she'll never prove it. I never tell her, but I put it in the music. Well, that's okay. All I wanna do is make the best of my whole day.
Alright, so got the manifolds off. Actually have one broken bolt, two broken bolts. Oh, actually no, I got one on this side. Actually, one I've never seen break before. The one in the back come out perfect. The one in front of it broke, was already broke. So got that one to get out, which would be easy. And then the one to the very back on this side's broke. And that'll be it. And then I'll get to test fit the headers. It's a great feeling. Welding that nut to it makes a difference. Luckily with transmission out, I didn't have to take the inner fender out to get to it. So this worked out good. Ooh, that socket is hot. Yeah, just like that, welded nut. So these headers are a no-go. This part right here isn't out far enough out this way, so that hits the motor mount and shit. See where it's been rubbing it. So these are definitely not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to get a set of headers ordered for it. But as you can see, pretty much this is too far back for the part to come down, so I guess we'll be getting a set of headers for it. So here's your transmission plug. So basically, the tan and black wire is getting removed, and the white wire right here on S is getting removed, and this dark brown wire right here is going to take place of S right here. So the brown wire goes where the white wire is, and then we'll use the tan and black and the white for our extra input speed sensor, because basically this right here, that's your output speed for the computer, and then you have to have an input for the 4L80. So the extra 2 wires we're going to have here, which is going to be white, tan with the black stripe, it's going to be our new input speed sensors to the computer. Then we'll go to the computer and swap a few wires around, and we won't need no kind of adapter or anything. So basically that dark brown goes where the white wire is. And if you look right here in the transmission, this is your output speed sensor, which is where you plug your 4L60 speed sensor in at. And then this here's your input speed that you have to have. So that tan and black wire and white wire will connect to this harness right here. So you have to have an extra pigtail. So I'm gonna use this one to wire straight into them 2 wires, and then we'll swap 2 wires at the computer and we're done. So basically this is what your plug should look like. So your tan and black stripe wire was over here. Your dark brown was here. And you move your dark brown to where your white was. And then you're left with them 2 wires. That's gonna be your new input speed. So let's get that soldered up. All right, so this is all you should need. All you gotta do is, the wires don't matter which way they go. They're not polarity sensitive, so hook any one to any wire and you'll be good to go. That's why it's nice when you get your donor transmission to cut the plugs. That's about as much as you need. So let's get this soldered on. All right, so when you're done, you should have something similar to this. Everything in there has been swapped over, so now you have an output speed and an input speed. So all this is done, transmission is ready to go in. All we gotta do now is swap a few pins at the PCM and we're done. So next we're gonna get the PCM cover off and we're gonna pop the plugs loose and swap a few wires. All right, so you need to carefully remove this gray clip cover, but we're gonna start with the white wire, which is found in this plug, the blue plug. It's actually pin number 79. We're gonna take it and move it to another location, so let's find it first. And as you can see the numbers, pretty simple. Right there, 79. That's the one we wanna unpin. So that white wire is gonna be depinned from the blue plug, and it's going into this green plug or red, depending on which plugs you have. Yeah, it's going to spot 22 on the green harness or red harness. All right, so this is your green or your red plug, depending on which one you have. But right here is where your white wire is going. So spot 22 for the white wire. And another thing to note here is you're going to take a little small pick and just pop a little hole in the rubber grommet. That way your wire will go through. All right, so I pulled the white wire out of the harness, cut it back, got enough to where I could snap it. As you can see, it's already in spot 22, so that's good. Basically, we're done with the blue plug. We can go ahead and put it back together. Maybe put a little bit of silicone over 79, where moisture can't get into the connector. All right, so our tan and black wire is in the green connector. Pin number 42, it needs to be moved over beside the white wire, which is gonna be 23. So 42 to 23. And then that wraps that all up and we're done. And just like that, we're all done. White wire, tan and black, 22, 23. All on your green and red plug. So simple as that. It's really, really, really simple. When it comes to your neutral safety switch, you can use this same one for 4L60 or 4L80. Mine's the newer 05 type. It's got the big square plug, a rectangle plug. This has got the 2 pins that but you can use your existing one. If you see 4L60 bolt holes back there, 4L80s in the front. So it's got both patterns for both transmissions. So, and if you get this transmission, your donor out of an express van, you have to change your linkage because your 4L60 will not bolt up. But you can, if you got a welder and creative mind, you can make it work. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is get these old 4L60 transmission lines out of the way. What I like to do is I order a set of the 2500 HD lines. That way they'll come out in the right spot and then run right through there, and I usually cut them up to where I can add a rubber hose and go to an aftermarket cooler to bypass the radiator. But I gotta do a rear main seal on this one also. So I'm gonna get these out of here now and get the new ones fed in. I'm actually gonna be getting rid of the differential in the front too. We'll remove the axles, get rid of everything because I'm going two-wheel drive. I'm gonna put a set of two-wheel drive front hubs on it. One of my wheel bearings is bad anyway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put 2 new bearings on. Get rid of that, get this rear main seal changed out, and get ready to put the transmission in. All right, some new cover plates installed. I love this lineup tool. Thing makes it so amazing. Sac City Corvette. It's all aluminum. They make plastic ones, but I like the aluminum. Thing works great. I got a 3-piece set. Love it. All right, so that wraps it up for today. I'm gonna wait and put the transmission in later. I wanna get the headers here and get those installed before I put that in. As far as the wiring goes, all that's done. I hope it helped. So in the next one, next video, we're gonna talk about the cooler lines, transmission mount, stuff like that, just simple stuff. But I appreciate you watching. If anything helped you in this video, slap a like on it, and I'll see you in the next one.